Hello everybody, AZGames here, and today we're back to playing Factorio. We're continuing where we left off. On our first episode, we started off over on the top right here, but eventually we decided to move down here to where we're close to a water source, and we have both of our main materials next to each other. So now what we've basically done is we've started mining them, and we've led them into a path to be able to smelt them. So what I'm going to be doing to start off with, well, as you can see, I did a little bit more today before our last break. I added another lab, I extended out both of the mines, both of these sides, and I also added these cool contraptions right here. And what these do is it takes the ore, puts them into chests, and it files them through, and then this thing here makes it so they both go on both sides of the path instead of just the right side, like this is doing here. And what this ends up doing is if the power ever runs out, the whole factory won't stop smelting things because we've got chests full of what our materials need. So I've done that with the copper, the coal, and the iron. So I've done that with all of our streams, and eventually we're going to be doing it to our plates that we are making at the same time. I AFK'd for a little bit here, and I got a bunch of iron plates and a bunch of copper plates. So we are perfectly fine on materials, and what we're going to be doing is we are going to start by expanding this out even more than we have so far. So I'm not sure how far, oops, what did that do? There we go. Okay, I'm not sure how far I want to go out with all of this, but I know that eventually during the end game we're going to need a lot of space to be able to smelt material, because we're going to be consuming a lot of it, so we're going to be needing to make a lot at the same time. So it's better to prepare for that earlier instead of prepare for that later. So at the moment right here, I'm just going to make it a nice even 6 number. So after I make 6, maybe we should go 9. I think we should go 9. And what I'm going to be doing is after 9, I'm going to be taking the paths, and I'm going to make these things. See how they're all on the left side of the path? I'm going to make them all go to the right side of the path, so then that the next row of furnaces will then place the copper that they smelt onto the side of the path that is empty without the material, so therefore it'll pretty much double the efficiency of our system here. So that's my plan, and now we got to place these furnaces in the right spot, preferably. That would help. Let's see, 1, 2, well, we just need 3 at the moment on both sides, because that will be the 3 that we need to before we want to change the path. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and build this all real quick, and we'll be back. Okay, that was easy, nice and quick. We've already got that part going. So now I'm going to be trading the sides of the path, and how I'm going to do this is I'm going to have a little gap between here of about 3, I think would be the best. So we're going to turn this sucker down, make it go this way. So sort of like this shape, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a path here, and this will effectively put all the iron that's getting smelted here onto the other side of the path. Actually, ooh. You know, as you can see here, there's a lot more space to be able to put more iron, so I'm thinking about even bringing it back farther so we can get even more efficiency out of it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing that, because at the start, we definitely want to maximize efficiency as much as we can so we don't have to come back and change everything here. So I don't know how much farther I'm going to have to go. Let's see. I'm going to try, yeah, until the end of this path. We're going to try 6 more on just the iron side, and we're going to see how this does. And we'll see if we can find a good balance for it all. I got that set up, and these things are pumping everything in. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to output everything a bit farther so that we can see the progress that we're doing. So we're going to go through all of this, holding F to collect everything. Okay, let's see if it's getting a solid line output here. If not, then that means that we can make this way farther than before. Okay, so, you know, with how many smelters I have here, you'd think it'd be making a solid line about now, but I guess not, so looks like we're gonna have to extend everything even farther. As you can see, I've done a lot of work before, and I got everything I needed set up so that we wouldn't be waiting this much in this episode, so I could get a lot of things done today. How far should we move this down? I think we can move it down about here. This seems like a good distance to me. Okay. We can also move down this path. So, we're not forgetting copper. Just right about now, we're going to be working with iron. Just so we could do one side, and then we could duplicate it on the other side. Once I'm done, it might save some time. Instead of like if we accidentally make a mistake, we could go back and redo everything on one path instead of having to do it on two. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. Okay, now we just gotta place in all the machines again. How much are these? Okay, we are probably going to need to craft a couple more long-handed grabbers, but at the same time, we're gonna craft more inserters. Just finished this part now, and they're all getting stacked up. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, we need to extend this path once again to be able to check our output. Okay, we're gonna run through again, picking up all the materials, and we're gonna hope that we could get a solid line going all the way through this time. Dang, this is a lot of materials to pick up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I follow this one. So follow this little marker right there. So hopefully after this marker here, or this one iron piece here, we're gonna want a solid line of items, materials. If it's not a solid line, then we are not getting our maximum efficiency. And they're already getting stacked up. Great. That did not go according to plan. But I'm gonna assume, I'm gonna take a risk here and assume that it's fine, because it seems like, yeah, look, that was probably already there before, but it looks like it's starting to stack things up. I'm gonna say that this distance here is good enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing that I did earlier. I'm going to take it out, put it back in on the opposite side of the path. Then we're going to extend it out for, we'll pretty much double this, and then that'll be about it. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to start building the copper side, because we don't want to forget copper. We'll probably need that, a lot of it, later in the game. Just got to make sure that we get a good gap on all these, which I've already failed. Although, one of the problems later on is that we're going to need to be we'll probably end up building a new mine for it, but we're going to be taking these iron bars and we're going to be smelting them, the iron plates, we're going to be smelting them into iron bars. So that'll be our plan later, and we're going to need iron bars for like train tracks and things. I'm debating whether I should hook up a train system, given that they're very complicated and everything, but I think that it would be the best idea to try and do, give me a little bit of a challenge instead of just sticking with the usual here. Okay, guys, we're back, and I just counted all the furnaces that we have, and we have 26 furnaces. 26 stone furnaces for just one line, so that is going to be plenty for what we have planned to do in the future. Hopefully, I don't really have enough stone, actually. I don't have enough stone to be able to make enough furnaces for us. Yeah, this is going to be a slight issue. This is definitely going to be tough. Either I could start mining stone here, or I could go up to our base up in the top right and get stone from there. That's a tough choice, because this would take a while, but also going there would take a while. We're just going to stick with what we have for now. We're probably going to do the iron side first. We'll just extend that out, and then we'll see how far we are, what we need and everything, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, we go do that real quick. Holy crap, this is absolutely mega. Oh, we do not need this much. We do not need this many furnaces. Whatever. I'm gonna take a risk here. We're probably gonna save the game real quick. And then I'm gonna see if I could clear out these guys over here. Oh god, there's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Okay, please don't. Oh my god, there's more than I thought. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Crap. Okay. That's why we save, guys. That's why we save. Okay. We'll leave those guys for once we're more equipped than we are at the moment. Got a little bit more of a forest to clear down here, but that's fine. Shouldn't take too long. we are having a little bit of a problem here. Oh, great. So, none of these are able to output fast enough to be able to fill all the chests. Great. How we're gonna do this is, I think we got 5 of these. So, let's just go like this. Grab a path, lead it through, and diagonally in. You know, probably isn't the best fix, but it definitely works for sure. Okay, that's what we're gonna have to go ahead and do to everything else here. So I'll be back again. There we go. Got that working nice and quick. Now that I think about it, we're now gonna have a bottleneck right here. All of this just for like a little tiny bit of extra storage if the power went out. Why? Is it worth it? I mean, this is gonna suck, but if I move this back, I could do a splitter here. Move these guys to the... No, move these guys straight. Crap, but how'd they all go into one chest? There we go. That's gonna have to be our solution. I mean, so then I could get rid of these, because we don't need to output them that frequently. This is like a just in case everything gets wrecked. So if this place is on the right side, then we don't need the one on the left. Yeah. Okay. So now I'll split these in half, and then we don't need this. Okay. So this is actually going to be our fix for everything else. So now I got to go back to these and change it just like this. Okay, let's take a little memory picture. Perfect. Okay. I mean, like, look, this fix is actually working really well so far, but the problem is it's just going to bottleneck there, and we don't want that. So if this place is on this side, then we don't need it on this side. We don't need these here either. Instead, we need this here and this path leading here. Okay, there we go. There's our fix. Now that we got all that crap done, thankfully, looks like the mines are picking up just fine at the moment. So that's good. I mean, once we add up all the extra stuff, I'm not going to be so sure about that claim. But for now, it's perfect, and that's good with me. We'll probably have to extend it later, but, you know, it's kind of what happens in this game. Sort of what you got to do. We're going to place these things in here. Okay, all of the copper is backed up because, like, I don't use it. And all the iron's still going. We don't need any copper. We probably need more of this iron back here. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to start making some of these, and I need stone, and the only way to get stone is to either mine this or go back over there. I think we should make one of our, my hefty devices down here, actually. That's going to be my fix here. So we just got to find a place where we'll only mine stone, and that is right here. Get a steel chest, place one of these guys down, fill the sucker up with coal, and we wait. And while we are waiting, we can go ahead and start figuring out what we need to craft. So what do I have down here already? I have to go check that out as this is filling everything up. So I'm going to have to go back and forth, back and forth. Might just be best to go back to our beginning area, honestly. That's probably what I'm going to do. Okay, so right about now it looks like we have 4 steam pumps going off of 9 of these boilers. Actually, looks like all we really need to do is we just need to connect more boilers to it, add some more of these inserters into the correct locations, and everything will be solid. We also got to get pipes in the correct locations as well, and I think I'm also going to bend this pipe all the way over like we did to the last one. So need to craft one of these. Let's make 2, and then let's make 10 pipes to go along with it. Gonna take out here, go here. Where are my pipes? Lost all my pipes. Here we go. We're gonna do a nice bend like that. Actually, don't know. We need a steam engine to be able to test it out. To test out to see the distance difference between all of these. Okay. Difference is we need our pipe to be right there. So we're gonna move these down one bit. And we're literally one pipe short. Wow. Okay, perfect. So now that that is complete, looks like we got it all hooked up, nice and dandy and good. Oops, we definitely gotta make sure that's hooked up together, or else nothing will run. The best way would be to go back to our main base, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We got our 9 boilers. I'm sorry if that was really loud, my bad. 9 boilers, putting it in. There we go. And you're running out of power here. I'm sorry, buddy. There. So that's going to be our system right here. So it takes coal from the conveyor belt, puts it into the first one. This one takes it from the first one, puts it into the second one. It's sort of just a line down. So we could go pretty far with this line, but there is eventually a max limit to it, and we don't want to exceed that. So now that we got all these down, we're going to put 3 more steam engines here. Actually, I think I'm going to go 5 on each end. So we're going to extend this one over here by 1 as well. And okay, we've got a bunch of, oh no. Ah, dang it, I messed up again. We've got to actually take this one farther back again, because it isn't far enough back. That results in us making 1 more pipe again. And that 1 more pipe, go here, and this pipe to ground will start here, and this one will end right here. Perfect. Move this one back. What this is for is we need 1 space gap in between to fit our electric wires so that everything's hooked up perfectly. Why weren't you placing? Okay, there we go. Okay, we're going to add an extra one to this one and an extra one to this one. Place this sucker in between, and there we go. So performance is down. Perfect. Available performance all the way up. Perfect. Okay. So we got more power going through. Okay. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. We're going to head down back to our main base, and I'll see you there. It looks like everything's backed up. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So now we're going to go ahead and start adding more items, more of the contraptions into our smelting area. I think we're going to need way more inserters and way more long-handed inserters, and probably way more inserters too, because long-handed inserters use normal inserters, so that's just mean. There we go. One side of our overkill heating area is finished. Overkill is an understatement, honestly, because eventually what we're going to do is, once we get enough research, we're going to be able to upgrade the furnaces, and then that'll be outputting even more quicker. So we'll have to replace all of these inserters with fast inserters, and then we'll get even more of an output. So then we're gonna, it's just gonna be crazy. We're just gonna get a whole ton of output, but that is perfect. That's exactly what I want. I don't want any less. The most that I can output, the better it'll be for me in the future. So now we're gonna go ahead and bring this line down all along, and we're gonna go do the copper side. So in the meantime, while we're waiting, look, there's a little gap here. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing is I'm actually going to upgrade this even more here. So we're gonna have to start doing more tree mining here, cutting down them trees. Okay, and we're back. Looks like we've done good enough. I'm so glad that I made more of these mining drills last episode while I was AFKing, therefore I don't have to make any more. Makes my life a lot easier to be able to upgrade these things. So now we're going to place them all here. I don't know how much we need, but I guess, you know, the more the merrier. What's wrong in going overkill? Honestly, you need to in this game, or else you're just not going to be able to make it to the end. So we're just going to go ahead and place all those down, and right in between these 2 outputs here, we're going to place our line of conveyor belts all the way down. Okay, I'm going to place... No, oh, I can't put that there. I can put that there. I can make sure I organize my inventory. Place down the power lines. all around these. That reach? Okay, that all reaches, I think. And then we could connect them all. There we go. Massive amount of output. And there we go. We have officially finished it. And there, look at that. Filling it up. That's what I want to see. Although, for some reason, it's not filling up the other side. Because these guys... Okay, this is just a horrible junction here. What are we doing? We gotta fix this. This junction is so horrible. There we go. So now, what I can do is I'm actually gonna output these again, but we're gonna have it go a different direction instead. May take more conveyor belts, but it'll increase our efficiency if we can hook this up to this area over here. So now we're not losing any sections while we're still getting the same amount of output. That's perfect. And now we're probably going to go ahead and go do the same thing to our copper mine, and we might even, I'm going to add 2 more here to my coal mine, just to make sure that we've got enough for all of these. Even if we're already still overkill on everything, we've got to make sure that we can do this all. Okay, there we go. We got that done. Easy peasy. Filling everything up. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Everything's backed up there. Everything's backed up here too as well. Sweet. Okay, we got all our furnaces made. Yes. 26 of them, so I don't have to count it out, thankfully. We're going to start lining this sucker up, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish this side. And there we go. Everything is finished. We've got our super duper smelter finished. And we've got our whole line coming out. And this will be solid copper and solid iron on both sides. What I mean by solid is as the conveyor belts go, it should stay a solid line and not be all rippled up like this right there. See, that's all rippled up on the left side of the conveyor belt when this is just solid. So I want it solid like this, like the whole time. So that's why we got this whole entire line. So then we're going to take these 2 materials here, and we're going to output it up here and around. And what that'll do is that'll be leading us a line, or like a construction line of materials that we can use for the things that we need to build. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this out this way a bit, bring this out this way a bit, and move this up. There we go. That's the construction line that I was talking about. Just 2 little conveyor belts going that way, and we're just going to start moving it up and out. And there we go. It's finished. Wow. That just looks so awesome. So now, as you can see, it's just a solid line coming out. And I hope it'll stay solid for a while. I don't know how far it'll go, but it's perfect. Just how I wanted it. I love it. Oh, look at that output. Oh, this is so amazing. This is the reason why I love this game. When you do something absolutely mega, you get rewarded for it. You get rewarded very well. And this is just what I look forward to. So now I guess I don't know what we could build. I think the next best step that we could do is we could go ahead and start producing these science packs automatically. So now this is our first steps into making automatic items. So how we're going to do this is we're going to take these splitters here, and I think I want to output it to the right. One of the good ideas to do, and I haven't done this before at all, but I'm just going to give myself space. Usually when I'm doing this sort of thing, I never give myself enough space to be able to make enough things, but this time I want to make sure that I give myself perfect amount of space to be able to work with and build with. So I'm definitely going to be expanding this out more than I usually would, because if I make everything tight like I normally do, I mean, one, it takes less materials, yes, but in the end, it results in you having to like move a conveyor belt of items from one side of your base to the other, and you're not able to because there's no space to. So I'm definitely going to be making sure that this time I am way more open with my building techniques here. And what we're also going to need eventually is in order to make these potions, is we're going to need to take this copper line down through here and out somewhere. I don't know where I need to output it yet, so I'm just going to leave it like that. But for now, we're going to take these, what is it called? Assembling machine. And these are what we're going to use to be able to craft the objects that we need. We're just going to put them all right next to each other. This can be compact, but the conveyor belts and then the sections need to be spread out more. Organize my inventory real quick. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and input these in, and we are going to input out cogwheels. So what I'm actually going to do, since iron gear wheels, not cogwheels, iron gear wheels are a very important material to use. Same with copper wires, so we'll have to make a section like that too. But we're going to use these iron gear wheels a lot, so therefore we're going to want to mass produce them just like we do with the iron. So we're going to be making 10 of these assembling machines. Other parts where we don't really need them as much, we're probably only going to make 3 machines. It's still a lot, yes, but we pretty much want to mass produce everything. Some materials need to be mass produced more than others. I'm going to go ahead and place all these down. Perfect. And we're going to enter all our inputs. Good. Now we need our outputs. So what's halfway? So we got 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these last 2 and we're going to put them far away. And then the rest can go in the middle. So what we do when we put it far away is these are all going out this way. And if this puts it on the far side, we're going to make it go on the inside. So we're going to do the same conveyor belt management that we did on the furnaces over there, and we're going to put it on the other side so that we're going to be able to get a double conveyor belt full of the items that we need. So that is perfect. And we're going to start powering everything up. Although, first of all, we got to connect this to the main power system that we could get everything to work. And we also got to copy and paste our chosen material to build through these. So I'm trying to remember the copy paste buttons. Iron gear wheel, we select that. It's like control. Actually, if you press alt, you can see what materials it is. Is that copy paste? No. Is it alt? No. Control alt? No. Control shift. Right click, left click. I'm trying to remember. Shift maybe? Oh, here we go. Copy paste. There we go. So shift right click to copy, shift left click to paste. So now actually we're gonna want to start running the power next to the conveyor belt, and eventually we'll have to move some of these posts most likely because they'll get in our way. But I think for now it's a good setup, and we put it there, and there we go. Everything's being made nice and perfect. All of it's getting outputted. Amazing. So let's go into the other side so that these have room to put everything on. Awesome. Sweet. Okay, so we're now mass producing our gears, our iron gears like we want it. So in order to make the science pack, we need iron gear wheels and copper plates. So what I usually do for this, for labs, is I make a whole line of labs with a bunch of these things leading to it. So let's go ahead and make the line of labs ahead of time, so that instead of making it really compact, we can open it up a bit more and figure out where we want to place everything. Even though we might end up having to move the cogwheels a long distance, I think at the end it'll be worth it to be able to have more room to do more things. So already I've got a lot of these, and this is researching tool belt. But at the moment I'm just going to take one of these. This one is not being used for anything, and I'm also going to make, how many do we want? A 10, we got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We want about 15. Let's get 15. I think that's a good amount. And now we've got to wait again for everything to craft. Great. So actually, what we're going to do is we're just going to lay this out, and then I'm probably going to finish the episode off because we are running out of time. So I think about maybe we could go here, because eventually we'll have to be able to automatically make the green science packs and the blue science packs automatically and put them into the correct locations, which is a little bit of a pain. So we're definitely going to need a lot of room for this, and we're going to start it there, and then we're just going to head it down up. So I think I'm going to end the episode here, and when you get back, we're going to have a whole line of labs here, and then that's where we'll leave off. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and tuning in to watch me play Factorio. If you really do want more content like this, please hit the subscribe button down below, and drop a like if you really enjoyed today's video. AZGames here, signing off. Like a Hellcat.